Welcome to 5 Minutes of Peace, a time for you to reflect, recharge, and renew. 5 minutes to awaken something within yourself. Created by thepeaceroom.love.
5 tips for better, healthier boundaries. We all have boundaries. Maybe you don't feel like you do because of many times past when people have overrun you. Somewhere around the umpteenth time of being taken advantage of being ignored about your own needs, and treated as though your time is not valuable, you start to believe that you've lost whatever boundaries you had. The good news is, you can recreate your boundaries and make them stronger and healthier than ever before. How? 1. Permit yourself to start over. While this step seems obvious, there are quite a few reasons for it. First, by telling yourself it's okay to set boundaries, you're declaring that you're important enough to even have them. But also, in acknowledging that it's okay to start over, you're not getting hung up on the past. That is you taking control. Embrace it. 2. Pay attention. Here's where you start getting into the details of who you are and who you want to be. How have people taken advantage of you in the past? Where have you wished there were boundaries? What do you need to do to establish them now? Be mindful of your feelings. Look for the disappointment and anger. What has set those off? Chances are those are the places where the boundaries need the most work. You'll find that self-awareness is your key to success, so don't be afraid to dig into your emotions. 3. Where have you been and where are you now? Chances are a lot of what you feel about your boundaries came from your wiring as a child. If no one respected your space growing up, it's hard to ask people to respect it now. Examine the boundaries of your childhood and compare them to the boundaries of today. What's lacking? What needs work? It might be that some of the things you find make boundary setting particularly difficult in some situations. Don't be afraid to ask for help either with a counselor or therapist to work through some of that old baggage. 4. Take care of yourself. When you're not feeling well, it's nearly impossible to be firm in your boundaries. Being strong and healthy gives you the energy needed to put your foot down when you need to. With that in mind, taking care of yourself not only makes sense, but it is also necessary for future success. Remember the basics: eat healthy, exercise, and get enough sleep every night. 5. Speak up. There's going to be pushback when you set boundaries. Having healthy boundaries means that you put the work in to maintain them. That means saying no when you need to. Being assertive, you not only protect those boundaries, but you also tell the world that you have something to say. Need help? Enlist a support team who can cheer you on when you're flagging, and who aren't afraid to point out when you're starting to slip. Sometimes we all need some tough love, especially when we're pushing for better, healthier boundaries. By following these steps, you're not only drawing a line in the sand, you're taking control of your life. Healthy boundaries are meant to protect you so that you have room to grow and become the person you always knew you could be. But first you have to begin. So why are you waiting? Aren't you ready for that new, improved you?
Thank you for listening, and thank yourself for taking 5 minutes of peace. If you would like to know more about the Peace Room and our Reiki treatments, crystal healings, and workshops, go to www.thepeaceroom.love.